You are watching Technovation show. In this episode, we relive our time at the Institute of Electronics and Electrical Engineering, African 2023, held at the Kenya School of Monetary Studies. We saw great panel interviews and also got to learn of good opportunities in training and research, which we want to share with you in this episode, only if you promise to stick around. The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, commonly referred to by its abbreviation IEEE, is a global professional body for engineers and techies with a footprint in Kenya and the rest of Africa.
I was happy to hear a few questions on the energy profile that we have in Kenya.
The experts who are advancing technology for the benefit of humanity converged in Nairobi, Kenya for the African 2023 conference, a one-of-a-kind on African soil. Speakers were drawn from academia, industry, and government.
Today, we want to use hydrogen, as you said, as an energy carrier, as a way to store energy, as essentially grid batteries, whatever we want to do. We have opportunities where that works very well, when you have salt caverns, for example. But in other locations, that's very difficult in terms of storage, because hydrogen molecules are very small. They like to escape very much so, and I don't think we have, and this is one of the risk factors I'd like to point out, I don't think we have very much or sufficient research on if we scale up hydrogen production and hydrogen use, what the escaping molecules might do in the atmosphere in terms of reacting with other components of the atmosphere. And I'm just raising this. I don't have the answers, but it's one of those things when we talk about planning, as it was mentioned earlier, we need to plan to look at unintended consequences.
We are meant to develop regulations, laws which touch across electric mobility, and the best way to implement this, including not limited just to electric vehicles, but also looking at alternative powered fuels. Now, on the question of rolling out of electric vehicle charging stations, part of the research and finding studies we did is, of course, there will be an impact to the grid. So we developed a way of optimally placing electric vehicle charging stations, one based on transport demand, and two, of course, based on the strength of the grid, how the grid is strong and robust to taking these EV charging stations. Now, rollout has started in shopping malls, which of course have traffic in and out as testing, and also in schools. The university now is installed one charging station, two actually, and we are looking at installing further. So these public areas are installed. Installation is happening in these public areas to increase one, get awareness, two, also to test charging in these areas, and of course because you have traffic flows in these particular areas.
Apart from the panel discussions and presentations, there were partner organizations who share the dream of advancing technology in Africa and were here showcasing their contributions to the effort. We visited some of their stands. First up is Mr. Izabo Baron, the operations manager at Kogabot, a tech platform for enhancing human welfare based in Uganda. His product targets those in a physics class. It's all about mirrors and lenses.
Yeah, I'm called Izabo Baron. I'm a startup from Kogabot, a startup company based in Uganda, but we intend to be all over East Africa. Our aim is to promote technology for enhancing human welfare. Particularly, we are looking at improving education across the high school students, secondary students, through robotics and hands-on demonstration. We came in for this IEEE African here to present on the future of photonics in Africa. You know, now photonics is everywhere, in fiber optics, in solar energy, in communications, in health like X-rays. They're all using, in media, like cameras are all using these photonics technologies. But now the education of photonics and optics has been a challenge in high school, so the interest for the students in these fields is very low. That's why we have come here to demonstrate our latest technology kits, which is it's called Ray Optics Demonstration Kit. Why is this technology here? Usually in high school, students learn about optical physics, but usually most schools, I have interviewed so many people in Kenya, they are using the same method we're using in Uganda. Usually there are safety pins that you put here and then use it for tracing the rays, which is hard for students to get excited about optical physics. Now what we are having here is a laser source which produces for us the light rays. A single ray coming up like this. There's a single ray. Even if I have put this mirror here, it's called reflector mirror, a plane mirror, you can able to see. Now when I turn on the hole, you'll see so many rays, and this is called a beam of light. Yes. So we're able to see this in real life, how the rays would be in a typical telescope. They come in, they converge at this point. Now, when you look at this, there is some rays are not meeting at what they call the focal point. In physics, we learn that called aberration. That aberration has to be corrected. If not, the image will be blurred. If it was your TV telescope, the transmitter, the pictures viewers will see will be blurred. To correct that, we have to put a filter mirror. The reason why that is, there is a big gap between these rays. Now here the filter has narrowed, and now you can see here, it's now coming closer. I can now just adjust. Now here they have all met. We have corrected that aberration. In our high school physics, we don't see that in real life, but students be drawing. Now here you're seeing it in real life, how you're correcting the aberration. Now I can remove this concave mirror. I can use a convex mirror in place of a concave mirror. Convex mirrors, as you know, they are still used in so many like satellites, but commonly microscopes, even the video cameras, and the eyeglasses. So if you have short-sightedness or long-sightedness, they are using concave mirrors where the images are formed. We still have the aberration. One ray is not meeting, so we have to bring back the filter and place it. Now it is corrected. We just adjust that, so the image will be very clear. So in a typical device like cameras, telescopes, microscopes, and any technology that is using optics, you expect so many of these mirrors there. Others are for correcting the rays so that they form better images. This is the kit that this optical ray optics demonstration kit will help to improve education in secondary school, even universities. In universities, they use what they call optical tables. They still have the same settings. Actually, we have more kits which manipulates light in more fascinating way, but we decided to carry a few here. Yeah, but it's a set of so many kits. They can illustrate cameras, telescopes, even the human eye, and microscopes. So that is the technology we have on ground. Kogabots Limited brings this to you. We expect to change the future of optics education across East Africa. We're based in Uganda, but we have seen a lot of interest in Kenya.
So I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
Is this already out there in the market? Have you started taking it to secondary schools, for instance, where it will really be helpful?
We are just piloting this technology right now.
Okay.
It's still something new to people's face, but the feedback is very attractive. We are taking this technology across. Even some students here from Kenyatta University, want to invite us to come and demonstrate it in their university. Our intent was for high school students, but the universities are calling us, KU is calling us. Communication fiber technology now is all about optics. Yeah.
So
drones are using them.
So it has got a wide range of applications.
Yeah, wide range in agriculture, for surveying, in military. even if police patrolling the dangerous places with helicopters. Yeah, all this and optic, what they call diode lights, LED lights are taking over filament lights. Every light you're seeing in buildings now, they're using LED light emitting diodes now, which are more energy efficient and clear and safe to use. So the application is so wide.
IEEE is a big enabler for the development of such ideas, something the current and outgoing president and CEO of IEEE, Professor Saifur Rahman, is proud of. He granted Technovation an exclusive interview.
I'm Professor Saifur Rahman. I'm the current president of IEEE and CEO. I'm also a professor at Virginia Tech in the US. I teach electrical engineering, do research on climate change and renewable energy. I was born in Bangladesh, my home country. Now I'm living in the US for many years, but I have contacts in many countries, including South Africa, Kenya now. I'm here for the conference called African Conference, and I have met a lot of young people here. What I saw in Kenya, very especially young generation, they're very innovative and they're very intelligent and very curious, wants to know why things are happening the way it is. And most important for me, they're very soft-spoken, very polite. So I enjoy talking to them. And I'm hoping my first visit here would be the door opening for many of these young people to work with us, work with IEEE, and be recognized for their innovative spirits. That's my wish.
That's really nice of you, speaking about us in so much kind words. What is the significance of events such as now IEEE African 2023, and do we need to have more of them?
Yeah, this event happens every 2 years. But many other conferences happen in Africa. I come from Power Energy Society. We have a conference called Power Africa. It held in Kenya 2 years back because of COVID is a virtual. So maybe come back to Kenya someday. Kenya has good hotel facility, easy to get to, and English language is not a barrier. And you have a lot of venues like this to hold good size conferences, which has some side benefits, like meeting with foreign scholars, meeting with experts, meeting with people who are experienced in running conferences. So I want the young generation to replicate me someday, so they can be giving to the society more than they're getting from the society.
You are the global president.
Yes.
How does Africa specifically, maybe Kenya if you like to narrow down, how does it compare to other jurisdictions where you are in terms of technology? Do you think we are somewhere?
Yes, IEEE has 10 regions, 1 through 6 in the US, 7 Canada, 8 Europe, Middle East, Africa, big region, 100 some countries. 9 is South America, 10 is Asia Pacific. So you look at region 8, which is this kind of conference's mothership, they have presence in Africa quite a bit. We have 12 or 13 sections in Africa, Kenya one of them, Algeria, Morocco, South Africa, and so on. So I am hoping this conference creates a roadmap, how to do it right, how to attract people to come here, and when they're here, give them good content, they'll want to come back. So conference organization is bottom up. It has to grow from interest at the field level, then we put our resources. We never say we go to Kenya next year. Kenyans have to come to us with a plan, so they have some ownership in this enterprise.
I've looked at the people who are presenting, for example, at this particular event, and I can see several of them are very big on mentorship and research.
Yes.
How are these two things important to the advancement of technology, and which is something that IEEE actually stands for?
IEEE has a program on mentorship. Many societies, Power Energy, one of them, has a mentorship program. They will invite senior engineers, professors to become mentors. They will say, I want to mentor in AI, mentor in electronics, and they have a short bio. We'll post it on our website with a picture. And then students look at that, there are many to choose from. I want to be mentored by this person. Then they make contact, then they meet once a week online, not in face-to-face, maybe once in 2 weeks, and they share ideas. The young person in this case has a chance to ask some in-depth question about their technology, his or her future, and how he or she can fit in the bigger scheme of things. That way, this young person has a vision that can be designed to be real, not just vision for the sake of vision, to be real. So mentorship is a big activity that we engage in IEEE.
I want to hear his thoughts on the debate on whether artificial intelligence is a good or a bad thing for humanity.
Good or bad depends on how you use it. If you let AI drive your life, then it's bad. I gave a talk in Shanghai, China, about a month ago on this topic. It's called World AI Congress. Many people came, all over the world people came. I met a student group at the convention. They asked me this question: how should I use AI in my life and my studies? I said, use AI as an assistant, not as a teacher. The difference. You drive the ship. If an assistant to help you, not they drive the ship, you're just sitting there idle, doing not much thinking. So it's your assistant, not your teacher. Then you'll be okay.
That has only been the first part. We've learned from several people, and we are yet to learn from more people on the other side of the break. Welcome back to Technovation. Remember that we are still focusing on the IEEE African 2023 held at the Kenya School of Monetary Studies. And now here is the rest of what we had not shown you before. Research and training are very vital to the advancement of technology. Grants or funding are not guaranteed. And when you get them, you want to make sure you get quality training. We feature Kenya's National Research Fund, Rwanda's Carnegie Mellon University, and IEEE Reach.
Such fund is a state corporation that was established under the Science, Technology and Innovation Act of 2013, and its mandate is to fund research for sustainable development. So the main mandate is to fund research in the national priority areas that are set by the National Commission for Science and Technology. If you want to apply for funding for our NRF, you basically have to check on our portal. So when we have funds for a certain area that is in line with the national priority areas, we roll out calls. So we always advertise those calls in the print media. We also put them in our website. So if you want to apply, you apply online using the online grant management system. Since NRF started becoming operational in 2015, we funded 1,242 projects. That is 503 research projects and 703 for postgraduate students.
So today you are here at the IEEE African 2023. Why are you here today?
The main reason why we are here is that we want people to know more about NRF. We want them to know that we are there for them. We are here to fund research, and we want them to know the national priority areas that NRF are supposed to fund.
Okay, and everybody is welcome. All Kenyans are welcome.
And all Kenyans are welcome to apply for funding.
We then met Happiness and Abraham from Carnegie Mellon University, Africa, based in Kigali, Rwanda, the African campus of the American University.
The reason why I'm here is, as I said earlier, is to present my paper. So the project I'm working on is a project to digitize malaria diagnosis, treatment and control. We found that there are problems in that area of malaria diagnosis and control where it takes a lot of time to diagnose malaria. And we found that malaria has 4 different species, and it's hard to diagnose both of them if you are not an expert. So here we are trying to solve that problem by bringing a machine learning model able to differentiate those 4 parasites, and that will be able to know if you have malaria, which parasite and which kind of treatment can you get depending on the parasite. And later, because we are digitally keeping all those information, later we can be able to visualize and know which area has more malaria cases, and policymakers from there can know where to put more effort, and researchers can get a data set where they can continue their research. The reason why I chose Carnegie Mellon University, first of all, is because it's an American institution coming here in Africa, offering engineering world-class education. And I was coming from an IT background because I did information technology in my bachelor's degree, and I wanted to go to a master's degree, and I was fortunate to have Carnegie Mellon in Rwanda, in my country. And there are a lot of opportunity, especially for East African students, because they get an $8,000 grant per year if you are from East African countries. And then, of course, because it's in Rwanda, Rwandans are has other privileges, but I would encourage everyone to come to Carnegie Mellon University, because the education you get there, it's really, really the highest, at the highest quality, of the highest quality.
We have 3 programs, 3 master's programs. During the application, you need your undergraduate degree, your unofficial transcripts for to start, and then you need also your resume so you add your undergraduate degree transcript, your resume, and then the application form. The application form is online. So once you go on our website, you find the application form, and then you complete the application form. Now, we have series of information sessions which are virtual. It's going to start from 1st of October to 15th of December. You go to our website, you go to under admissions, you find the information sessions. There are a lot of them out there. Once you register, I would engage you virtually, walk you through the whole application process so that you'll be able to submit a very solid application. Currently, we have our student body is about 317 or plus or minus. We have 6% of these students are Kenyans, and since the university started in 2011, we've always have Kenyan students. We are looking forward to increasing the number of Kenyan students because they are one of our best students. So we are looking into working with the institutions here in Kenya to be able to recruit more Kenyan students.
All hands on deck. When I look through this instrument on both the mirror side and the window side,
you'd use a saw like this to carve the ice into blocks that would then be stored.
We have our... Just before we left the Kenya School of Monetary Studies, where African 2023 was happening, we came across
at KUTV Kenya across all platforms. My name is Dennis Omondi, and thank you so much for watching.